Hello and welcome to the definitive guide on how to place your brainstorm, your blueprints to score the highest hand possible. So before I did do a video about joker placement, but I want to make a specific video to once and for all settle the darn brainstorm, blueprint, mime, baron, idol, sock and buskin, you can throw hack in there, debate. How do you get the most out of these high scoring hands? So quickly I'm going to go over the anatomy of basically the two best ways to get high scoring hands. One is with baron and mime. Baron baron gives times 1.5 mult for a king in hand, similar to a steel card. It basically makes every king steel. And mime re-triggers, scoring in the hand. Then you have the other type of high scoring hand, idle, and then some kind of re-triggering, whether it's sock and buskin for face cards or hack for lower cards. There's also tribulate, which does the ×2 for all kings and queens, so tribulate can replace idle, but those are if you want to re-trigger the actual hand that is scoring. But in all cases, the goal for your joker placement with blueprint and brainstorm is going to be very simple. You want to balance out the amount of times you are re-triggering that card that is giving you multiplicative mult, and you want to even out the amount of times you're getting the multiplication. So what does that mean? I want an even number of triggers of my king and an even number of 1.5s. What does that mean? To explain further. So this king is red seal steel. So on its own, without any of my jokers, it gives me times 1.5, and then it triggers once just from being a normal card, and then once because of the red seal. So right now we have 2 triggers and 1.5. Now we put baron into the mix. That gives me 1.5, so we're going to put it in that column. So now we have 2 1.5s and 2 triggers as fireworks go off in the background on June 12th for whatever reason. We got mime, which is going to re-trigger. So now we have 3 re-triggers, 2 1.5s. So what am I doing with brainstorm and blueprint? Well, they are both copying baron. Blueprint copying baron, and then brainstorm copying blueprint. So that's 2 more 1.5s. So now we have a total of 4 1.5s and 3 re-triggers. Now, the reason we can't get these perfect because we can only get 4 and 3 on either or. So if it's 3 re-triggers and 4 1.5s, or 4 re-triggers and 3 1.5s, that does not matter. And I'm going to show you the math behind this very quickly, so hopefully you can understand what is exactly happening. If you're someone who, you hear this, you're like, okay, I want to even out the amount of triggers and 1.5s, or in idle tribulate's case, re-triggers and the ×2s. You can throw glass into the equation there. But why? Well, let's go into Microsoft Paint, doing a little pirate software here. So basically, you have your king card, right? Well, the whole idea is this card is giving you times 1.5 mult in a variety of ways. And we want to do that as many times as possible. Basically, we want to affect the exponent, the amount of times we get to 1.5. This, I'm going to put R for re-triggers, and then that is going to times the amount of multiplication, or 1.5s. So mime re-triggers, the card triggers on its own, red seals go into the re-trigger, and then baron and steel are what go into the mult. So if we balance our re-triggers and our mult, we have 4 times 3, then that equals 1.5, because that equals 12. You get 1.5 to the 12th. Okay? That is as high as I can get with this hand. If we, for some reason, put everything copying mime, and we changed it so we only had 2 on the mult, and we had 5 re-triggers, well, 5 re-triggers times 2 1.5s equals 10. So that means we only do 1.5 10 times. 1.5 to the 10th is much less than 1.5 to the 12th for every single king. So you're going to get a drastically lower score. Again, every time you re-trigger, you get a subset of 1.5s. That's why you're getting multiplication in this exponent for 1.5. So this is our goal here, to get this exponent as high as we can for every single king. The way you get the exponent as high as you can is you even out the retriggers and the mult, because getting those two numbers as close together to equal is how you're going to get the highest product when you multiply them together. If you separate 4 and 3, you go to 5 and 2, or even drastic, you've somehow got the 6 and 1, it's going to go lower and lower. 4 and 3, when you have 7 available to you, divvying them up evenly is going to give you the highest multiplication. So we can go ahead and rewatch this hand from when I played it, and now we go down to 1.5. So after this does all its thing, you see it goes 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 from this, and the steel. Now we do it again for the red seal. It's going to go 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and then again due to the mime. So you're seeing we got the 4 1.5s 3 times on that one king. So we got 1.5 to the 12th. Now we can take a look at a very old video from the channel. And in this old video, I actually messed up. I did not get the highest score I could get. And let's go through what happened here. Mute myself because I put myself on super slow speed. But we have 5 kings of glass that are polychrome with red seals. So what's the math here? Does polychrome change anything? And really, no. While the score is going to be higher, you still want to even out the times 2s. The 1.5 is a nice cherry on top, but it's really not going to make a difference. You don't want to decide to re-trigger the card more because of the 1.5. You still want to even out your 2s and your re-triggers. That's going to give you the highest score. I did not realize that. What I did here is I triggered these 6 times. So the card is going to trigger on its own once. The red seal makes it twice. Sock and Buskin 3, 4, 5, 6. As brainstorm copies sock, blueprints copy those brainstorm. So we're triggering the card 6 times. And it's scoring times 2 once because of the glass, twice because of idle, 3 times because of blueprint, 4 times because of this blueprint. So we did 6 times 4. Again, we could go to the MS Paint and, we can look at these kings that are glass. And this time it's the same exact math, except it's times 2. The re-triggers times the times 2 mult. We did 6 times 4, which means we ended up with 2 to the 24th for each king, which is very good. It's a lot of score. But if we would have done 5 and 5, you end up with 2 to the 25th. And, while it doesn't seem like a lot, losing that 2 exponent on every single king can add up. What's happening with your polychromes is that is an extra, times 1.5 that you're getting from the re-triggers but that's it. There's no math here because it's only happening on the polychrome. So, we put this number at 6. Though if we put it at 5 and got the extra times 2, that's actually higher. You want the times 2 over the times 1.5. So the difference ends up being minute, but this is an example of me messing this up. It's probably a little confusing there with that math, but as you can see, we can watch what actually happens when we play these kings. You see me here, literally, I was debating on what to do. So the card is going to do times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2 again. So then it's going to times 2 on the card, times 2 because of the blueprint, and the idle. And now we're going again using the sock. So that is what happens. We times by 2 4 times, 1 with the glass, 1 with the blueprint, 1 with the blueprint, 1 with the idle. And we did so 6 times. Instead, we should have times by 2 5 times and also re-triggered by 5 times. Hopefully this video makes sense. Hopefully this will give you an idea, a clear-cut idea of what to do. If none of this math makes sense for you, forget it. Don't even think about the math. When you go in to do high-scoring hands using Baron Mime, Idle Sock, just remember, using your blueprints and your brainstorms equal out the amount of times you're triggering those cards and the amount of times you are getting the mult. If you do that, you will get the highest hand score possible, and you will leave, hopefully, with a new high score. That's going to wrap it up for today's short little video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you for the next one very soon.